My name is Armand Zavarian. I'll be discussing themes, symbols, and the types of tones in Elie Wiesel's novel with support from people's responses for the Sunflower Book. I will associate it with my experiences in the Terrazin trip in order to get a more profound understanding of the Holocaust and its effects on the people, both physically and mentally. There are many important symbols I'd like to talk about, one of which is silence. Until I stepped into the concentration camp, I didn't fully understand the power and significance that stood behind silence. Silence that swept throughout the showers, prison cells, rooms, and the gallows. As I walk into the rooms of Terezin, I took a glimpse of the torment that these victims were forced to go through. In the book, Elie Wiesel begins to lose consciousness of his surroundings as he witnesses mankind's worst side, where the flames in Auschwitz, page 32, consumed his faith forever. By the barbarism whom he then questions his God's existence. He can't seem to comprehend how God can allow such things to happen. How can he be simply silent about it? Page 32. Never shall I forget the nocturnal silence which deprived me, for all eternity, of the desire to live. Silence plays a prominent role in the novel, as it kept reminding the reader of Elie Wiesel's struggle in seeking God, where God had not intervened in the horror of the Jewish people. Before, I had only thought about the harsh living conditions and the lack of food, water, and other resources. However, I hadn't thought deeper and never taken consideration of the silence that to this day still exists and is present in the camp, and how it psychologically affected the victims of this horror. Along with his faith and all the others, they had lost all hope as he had ceased to feel fear. And for this reason, many of them lost their identity. Although they were asking God about why he was keeping his silence, they now turn and ask themselves about who they are. This is because for many of these people, their faith in their God defined them, and this changed them as each day got worse. They began to overwhelm themselves with confusion, fear, and lack of identity. Page 34. It was no longer possible to grasp anything. The instincts of self-preservation, of self-defense, of pride had all deserted us. Elie Wiesel takes God's silence as something negative. In Simon Wiesenthal's Sunflower story, Andre Sutton takes another approach on this. In the story, page 261, we are told only indirectly that Wiesenthal's silence at the bed of the dying SS man conveyed a lack of forgiveness. This is a negative definition. What other message might a silence have carried? Andre Sutton explains that silence can take a different meaning. Is this true? Can it be that God's silence wasn't his refusal to help his people? William Shakespeare's play, Hamlet, the main character, utters his last words. The rest is silence. What does he mean? What dreams may come? Hamlet asks himself. None. The rest is silence. There is no heaven. There is no hell. Nothing after this life. And there's just the silence of the grave. And like the victims in Terezin, they began to lose hope, and their silence seems to be the silence of Hamlet.